Good evening, everyone. I'm Luke Christensen. This is the speaker series brought to you by the Catholic Student Association. We have Father Pham with us. And he's going to talk about finding prayer in your daily life and fitting that into your schedule, especially as college students. It's really difficult to manage our schedules and then fit prayer into that. So he should give us some guidance and wisdom. So please welcome him.
So it's very good to be here with you. Thanks to Father Tucker for inviting me. So I think tonight, we have about an hour and a half, I'm told. And we'll do a little bit of everything in a way, kind of more like some fun games. You can win some prize tonight as well, if you think I'll pay attention. So and we'll do a little bit of Ignatian contemplation, just here and there a little bit. So introduce you to a very different variety of way of prayer and to fit into your busy schedule. I think I'm looking more attractive and things like that. So a little bit of introduction to myself. I'm Vietnamese American. I arrived in the U.S. in '85 when I was 16. I studied at Beaches University in Denver. I was a math, chemistry, biology major. So entered the society, took a different toll, right? And I got my doctorate in Madrid in Ignatian spirituality. So I've been given a lot of retreat and then teaching courses in Ignatian. So I'm very, very excited to be here. Anytime I hear about Ignatian, I get really excited. So that's me. I think this group is small enough, so if we can get a little bit introduction, that would be good. Just basically your name and what you study and what year are you? I think there's only 10, 12 of us, so if you don't mind, would you please?
I'm Claire. I'm a senior studying. I'm a music major at cello. Is that it? Yes.
That's perfect because I'm doing a little bit of sound today too, so.
I'm Luna. I'm a sophomore and I'm an English major.
I'm Mel. I'm a senior and I study bioengineering.
I'm Jasmine. I'm also a senior and I majored in neuroscience.
I'm Eric. I'm a senior studying computer science.
I'm Sean's senior studying history.
I'm Lauren. I'm a freshman studying bioengineering.
I'm Victoria. I'm a freshman studying physics.
Physics? Okay, so a lot of science today, we're gonna do that too, so it's like that.
I'm Luke. I'm a sophomore studying economics and kinesiology.
I'm Sylvia. I am not a student. I graduated 25 years ago.
Thanks for being here.
Raul, also another student, economics, so next up.
I know Tucker, so. Do you know Father Tucker? Okay, sounds great.
I'm Nick. I'm a grad student studying mechanical engineering.
I'm Justin. I'm a sophomore studying mechanical engineering.
Okay. So first of all, I would ask that you invite you perhaps to, we're going to do a kind of more like breathing exercise of prayer. So instead of talking about it, we're going to have the experience about it, right? So if you don't mind, just close your eyes for a moment and clear out everything in front of you. I'm sure this is a very safe place, so if you have any valuable thing, just put it underneath. And just after a day like working and studying like this, just close your eyes for a moment. And simply take a deep breath. In and out. In and out. And the first thing first is notice your body, our physical being. So continue, begin to probably move your neck a little bit. Lower our shoulders. And really sink into the chairs in the most comfortable place. try to create that space right in front of you. Having your feet on the ground and grab onto the ground just like a bird just landed. And just simply breathe in and out. In, out. And notice all parts of body that are feeling good, in sync, as well as the place that's a little bit tired after a day of work, of study, of labor, and simply be present to them. No condemnation, no judgment, but simply be present and acknowledge our body, our physical being. Breathe in and out. In and out. Grateful for the gift of life, of that spirit that breathed it in our being, the gifts of being alive. In and out. In and out. And on the next breath, in ever deeply into our minds, our thoughts, our thinking, our planning of all the intellectual happening up in our mind. And once again, simply be present. Thoughts are ours. Some even go to the extent saying our thoughts is our existence. So be present. Just breathe in that oxygen so to sustain our thoughts. In and out. In and out. Without inviting new ones, without fighting the ones that we are having right now. Just simply be present. In and out. Without any evaluating, without measuring or judging, but simply be present and breathe in and out. In and out. And on the next breath, let's breathe in even deeper in the center of our being, our hearts, our emotion, our affection, and most concretely, our relationships. Just breathe in and out. concrete way, just bring up all the faces of the people whom we love, concern, and care about right at this moment. And bring their face up into our face, right in front of our hearts, as if we can breathe in their being. Just feel their breath against our breath. In and out. In and out. And feel that connection with all whom we love, care, and concern, and thinking about this moment. And then the next breath, think about the people behind us. Think the people who are thinking of us, of loving us, caring for us, and supporting us this moment. We just simply open and let go and fall into the arms of that love. Allow ourselves to be cared for. And just breathe in with the grace of gratitude. Breathe in and out. In and out. And on the next breath, we ask for this grace of courage to even breathe so deeply into the place. Sometimes we hesitate or reluctant to enter. A place we try to cover up sometimes, we hide sometimes, or we tiptoe around. The place of pain, of broken relationships. A relationship is not where we want it to be. People who perhaps rub us the wrong way today, or someone we don't get along, perhaps some misunderstanding. Just simply aware and be present without asking for the grace to fix them nor to remove them, but simply be present and breathe, taking in that oxygen, that air, ever so gentle, blowing, soothing over those places. Breathing in and out, in and out. So now, as we have grounded ourselves in our physical being, our thoughts,
we come to aware of the presence of God. His presence that sustains us and continue to inspire and to breathe in that life within us. And simply hear God invite us. Be still, and know I am God.
The Lord is on thy side, with patience bear thy cross of grief for pain. Leave to thy God to order and provide. In every change, He faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, thy best, thy heavenly friend. Through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, thy God doth undertake to guide the future as He has the past. Thy hope, thy confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know Him, His voice who ruled them well below. Be still, my soul, the hour is hasting on, when we shall be forever with the Lord. When disappointment, grief, and fear are gone, sorrow forgot, love's pure joy restored. Be still, my soul, and change and tears are past. All safe and blessed, all safe, and we shall meet at last. Be still, we shall meet at last. Be still. Be still.
So for the corner, rock car runner once wrote, prayer in daily life may have little room for lofty thoughts and sublime feeling. It's not a grand oratorio in a cathedral, but just a pious folk song, full of good intentions and straight from the heart, even if somewhat monotonous and simple. Prayer in daily life is a prayer of fidelity. It may sometimes seem very pedestrian, yet it carries us spiritually forward. Sometimes it seems to come merely from the lips, but it is better that at least the lips should continue to give praise to God rather than that a person should become silent altogether. When the lips speak, though the heart is silent, there is still hope that one day the heart will speak too. What in period of spiritual aridity is described as mere lip service in prayer is in reality the prayer of a poor yet faithful heart. So we talk about prayer tonight, and I think it's just more in our daily life. We talk about prayer just like Runner or that reading exercise, and now we talk more about the Ignatian tradition. Is a couple of things. Number one is simply pay attention. Number two is not about intellectual, just like any sense of communication, is what feel and satisfy the soul. Right? We can talk so much and we can do a lot of intellectual engagement. In the end, what is really matter is what satisfies our soul. What is give us that sense of, in the evening, that we feeling what? Satisfied, content. That's what we try to get at. All these activities only helping us get to that point. I use usually two symbols in a way. Think about this, color and sound. The symbol is sort of kind of being hijacked a little bit, the rainbow. And when we hear the word rainbow, it means a lot of different things, right? Tonight, I would want to reclaim that in terms of our biblical tradition. All right, you have a lot of science major here. What makes a rainbow? Come on, you guys science, physics, and yeah.
The refraction of light.
Okay. Can you walk us in a very slowly way? Okay, see, that's the thing, right? You got to slow it down, and that kind of really much until our prayer. What happened? A ray of light, right? Just one ray of light moving into
Water or prism.
this new medium, right? Whether it be water, could be prism, oil, any other medium. What happened next?
It gets wet, like it gets separated into the different modes.
Before it separated, what happened? All the photons like slow down and suspense and slow it down. And when they slow it down, what happened? All of them group into their own wavelengths, right? And then get into this medium, what happened? I know you said the word refract. What does refract mean? Instead of bouncing back, they bent. Each of the wavelength bent at a different angle. And all of a sudden, like one ray of light enter into this medium from our eye, seen by just only one color, and all of a sudden, like something turn and bent. It make into 7 beautiful colors: red, yellow, orange, green, purple, indigo, and blue. And that sounds something like just happened to you? Coming in, quiet, and silence. And all of a sudden, like what? There's a lot of colors are showing. And sometimes we like to suppress them. Whatever culture we are, right? In terms of Asian culture, we love what? I mean, if you ask my mom or my, Asian elders, how are you doing today? Guess what? They usually answer you. All the horrible stuff happening in the world, right? Oh, my body ache. My children don't go to church. Okay? Everything is so horrible. Which is true in a way for them, but they focus more on the kind of like dark kind of colors. So prayers mean what? Not to take away those colors, but what? To aware of this bright color too. To harmonize those colors. 7 colors. I usually ask my mom just like that. I said, Mom, what's something you're grateful for today? What's something you're happy about today? What's something you're proud about today? Not for her to forget about these colors, but aware of the whole 7 colors. How about American culture? Okay, so I'm Vietnamese American, so I can pick on both. Okay, so what is American culture? What we usually do when somebody asks you how you doing today? What can we as Americans do? Very cheerful, very happy, right? Great, things going really well, everything else. And then inside we start tearing up and everything else, right? Because we tend to kind of pressure like we have to be happy, which is great. We love the brighter colors. The key is not take away from that. That's the gift of our American dream, American cultures have. The key of us is what? We sit down and we get in touch with some darker color. It's our depth. If anybody is a painter and then an artist here, dark color usually give depth. Usually when you paint something, you put dark color first to give you that depth. So rainbows is the sense of the colors. Think about this in Genesis. God said what? I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the signs of covenant with me and the people and the earth. Think about all those colors is the signs of a covenant. All those colors is the signs of relationships. It's not even think about relationship with God, right? Think about relationship you have with your friends or your boyfriend or girlfriends. You know it's not just monochromatic. It's 7 colors, right? I have a friend, she's told me this, right? I don't always like you, but I always love you. You see that? The colors, right? All right, now to our friend musician. Think about music, sounds. What is a room like this? What is a room like opera theater? I was in Sydney recently. They put tons of money to make this beautiful opera place, right? What is those places? What is that one big key about those? Like when you play musical and when you have like presentation, what is the key for that? Those rooms?
I don't know.
The acoustic.
Yeah.
They want to drown out all the sound, right? They have to make those places so silent. For what? Why do they want to make the silent?
So the voice can carry?
When you play an orchestra, when you perform, the symphony is playing, what happened? You make this as so empty like this, so when the symphony is playing, what happened? The audience able to pick up all the sounds. The brass, the trumpet, the violin, the piano, the string quartet, but also that little tiny bass. That's silence. Ignatian silence, when we silent in terms of our prayer, come to church, is not drown out all the voices. It's not the absence of noises. We create ourselves in the silence as that temple, as that symphony hall of that opera house, so we can hear all the sound are playing. Here the symphony is playing. Why? The prophet of Zephaniah said what? The Lord will take a great delight in you. The Lord will quiet you with love. God rejoice over you with singing. God is singing us a song. I don't think a lot of people think that's why musicians are very important in church. Because revelation is a song, a love song that God speaks to us. God is singing to us. So for us in terms of prayer is to pay attention, to create ourselves in that silent space, to listen to the symphony is playing. So think about colors, think about sounds, right? All this is playing. Okay? So the next one is we're going to play a game. You can pair up or you can play by yourself. And then the winner, I think Tucker going to have a big, Amazon gift card for you. So if you win this game, okay? So it's that. All right? So think about pay attention. So this game is called, so you kind of, I know at the end of the day, I think if you get tired, you probably fall asleep, which is totally fine. When I go to retreat, right? The first 3 days of my 8-day retreat, I just ask people if they can sleep, just like sleep the whole 3 days. Because what? If you're not, when I give talk, you're gonna fall asleep. It's just like that, right? But when you feel settled, when you feel sleep like that, you pay attention more. Right? Just create that second space for pay attention. So pay attention, right? Let me see. So think about what color describes you, right? What sound, so get that. This thing is like this. Sometimes God is gonna not give us directly in the sense of we create in the silence so we can pay attention to all the sounds and all the colors, right? So let's just see this. Raise your hand if you know, right? What would that be? Okay, there's a clue right there. You know that?
I understand.
I understand. Right? Come on, guys, pay attention. Positions, right? So like that, right? Position. So it's kind of fun. Think outside the box. Do you see that? Prayer sometimes is fun. God gives us the sense of humor. It's not just all so serious, right? Alright, you guys ready for this game? There's a game like this. So you got to pair up, and then you guys know you got to raise your hand, okay, guys? So this is gonna score, and there's no penalty for wrong answer. So if you guess 3 right, it's gonna be double. Seriously, okay? You're gonna get the prize tonight.
Does that one count?
So again, no, that's what practice. Only practice, right? So you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay, 1, 2.
Walk in the park.
No, you have to raise your hand. That's not, he stole it, Dutch.
Walk in a park.
There we go, so that's 1 point. Okay? You blurted out like that, I don't know who. So please raise your hand, okay? So would you give her that point or you want that point?
Take it.
You want to take it.
You already got a point from practice.
Exactly.
My partner's telling me to take it.
Okay, so I would pick it like that's a team, that's a team, that's a team, that's a team. You go solo, right? Or you go, okay, you might pair up. Raul, you want to pair up with Father Tucker? Because, well, you pair up like that, that's pretty hard. It's just like that. So when you sit next to Father Tucker, you can discuss. Don't let other people, right? So, yeah, that's a sense of learning this thing together. God speak to us. I usually use this game as learning the language of God, how God communicates. God doesn't communicate directly, but we have to pay attention. It's kind of fun. What is this one?
Wait,
Yeah.
no, I don't
Is
know.
that?
Is it 40 years?
Okay.
No.
42 years.
Very
Oh my.
very 2 years. Pay attention to everything, right? 42 years, okay? You see that? You got to pay attention to everything. Wow, you got 2 points already. Ready? Okay, so it's like that, right? Ready? 1, 2.
Foreign language.
Very good. There we go. Come on, guys. He's just leading with 3 points. Okay? Ready? 1, 2.
Lemonade.
Very good. Lemonade. Blend over 8, right? So 3, 1, like that. How about that one? Come on.
Good afternoon.
Very good. We have your right. Good afternoon. You see that? So you see the order. Okay? It gets a little harder. Ready? How about this one? There's no penalty for wrong answer. I mean, there's nothing gone wrong. So you're thinking too hard.
Indian food?
Very good. Indian food. Food in Indian. You see that? Food in the word, in the middle of the word Indian. Indian food. Very good. Look. Okay. So 3, 2, 1 right there. Ready? 1, 2.
Comfortable?
Very good. So comfortable. You see that? So like that, right? 4, 3, please, to 1. Ready? 1, 2.
Tissues.
Tennis shoes?
Tennis shoes. Very good. 10 shoes. You say it really fast. Tennis shoes. See that? Okay. So this team is taking over the lead right now. 4, 3 to 1. So the other team, come on, guys. Like engineer and all that. Right? Come on. This is the engineer kind of questions, right? That's it. You guys ready? 1, 2. So sometimes you count. Sometimes you count and you put together. Pay attention. I think that's important. Outside of the box. What is this one? Tucker?
Oh, I was gonna say 3 blind mice.
Very good.
Oh,
3 blind mice. Why is that? Because they are don't have eyes.
Yeah, I didn't
No eyes. That is sometimes even when the data is not there. Do you guys know? Do you guys in science? You know, right? When data is not there, it's also data. Right? Absent of data does not mean there is no data. Right? Communication, when there's nothing there, is also communication. Pay attention in that sense. All right? This one.
Is it fish in the pond?
No.
I was gonna say fishing pond. Fish pond.
Pay attention.
Big fish in a small pond.
Very good. Size.
Oh.
Size matters. You see that? You got the first clue, but size also matters. See that? So pay attention to size, position, where. See that? Plain Ignatian way is pay attention. So 4, 3, 2, 1.
Objection. He's a priest. He has God on his side. He shouldn't be allowed.
No, this game doesn't work like that. This game doesn't work like
That
that.
still took me a while.
Okay,
The Holy
you
Ghost on your
guys
side.
got to get this one. Okay, you guys got to get this one. Okay? What is this one? Say louder. Say again. No, just say it.
Summary.
Summary. Very good. See, I bet you all your head right there, you think about Mary and you see the word Mary, it's either Hail Mary or Our Mother Mary and everything else, right? Sometimes we lock ourselves in this stereotype and this, the prejudice being like prejudged, right? We look at that and we don't look at symbol. All you science and then mathematics or physics right here, right? Symbols are so important. Symbols speak to us, right? So 4, 3, 2, and 2. Come on, girls. What happened? Yeah, what happened? I love this one too. 1, 2. What is this one? There's no wrong by guessing.
Timetable.
The clue is probably the bottom. A, B.
Long time no see.
Very good. Long time and no C. You see that? There's no word, no C there. Okay? So it's 4, 4, 2, and 2. Right? You have 2, right? You, yeah. You also have 2. All right? How about this one? You opt to go this one.
0 degrees. Oh, okay.
Undergrad?
You got the right intuition.
Degrees 1, 0.
How many?
3 degrees 1, 0.
Very good.
Oh.
3 degrees below 0. Like that, right? So you see that? So you look at symbol, 3 degrees below 0. Very good. Okay? You ought to know this one. There's no chemists in here, right? There's only physics and biochem. You know bio, right? What would this thing about be? So you're thinking too hard. When you have a sequence, what you do? When you do sequence, you go from.
From A to Z.
So read that. From,
Is it H2O?
which is?
Water.
Water. Water. H2O. From H2O. That's water. You see, very good. So sometimes you read that sequence. You see that? You go from the beginning to the end, and that kind of gives you clues. See, sometimes prayer, listen to the language of God, you pay attention to these little details. So silence, a lot of times, you talk about discernment, you talk about prayer. I mean, seriously, these games, sometimes we read each other in terms of relationship all the time. We don't usually speak just verbal, right? We speak non-verbal communication. We use symbols, like flowers, like note cards, like this, like that, right? So all of these things is symbols. Look at all what is happening now on campus right now. Spring is coming. Flowers. There is no coincidence the church have the Easter season right by the spring. Everything is blooming. New life. Symbols. Right? Communicating. God communicates to us in prayer to sing, listen to that song. Listen to that color. Okay? A couple more scenes, okay? This one also too is, this team is leading right now, right? Yes?
Pedal? No?
Yeah, almost.
Back now.
Very good. So back pedal, right? Read forward and read backward. See? So you got the clue. The red loop, and you got to the, what's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Sylvia.
Okay, Silva, you got 3. You climb it up, so 5, 4, 3, 2. Top, see, God's with him. That's where he's going. All right, this one is really hard. You gotta see what you're gonna figure this one out. First of all, what is that word? So I can give you a little hint. What is that word? Electric. Very good. What is not there? Okay. What is another way that can say in English?
Electricity.
No electricity.
Almost. Keep doing that. The word ET is missing, right? What is another way to say that word is not on there? Put it all together. Something you don't usually use in Houston. You use a lot in the Northeast.
AC.
You use that in the area, over there. Electric.
Here.
No, go there. Should I give it to you? No. You already have all the material, you have all the ingredients, now you put it together, right? The word electric, the missing is ET, put it together. Electric. Yeah? I think you're gonna beat me up when I say it. Yeah? Should I say it? Electric blanket.
Oh.
Electric blanket. Electric blanket. Amen? So it's just that, right? Electric blanket. Alright, all of that is saying this. God says what? I am. This is championship.
I am maybe not you, or
You're almost there. Make it more poetic. Make it more romantic. I say something very romantic. You get the, I mean, listen to what she's saying and then put it up more poetic.
I am me, or I am.
Is it I am with you?
God said, God is a very romantic God. And sing us a song saying,
Oh, I'm missing you.
very good.
Oh.
I am missing you. Finally comes across. That's very good, right? So think about that, right? So think about prayer in a way is engaged in a very fun conversation. And prayer sometimes in daily life, you find a way to pay attention. So that's what Ignatian spirituality in terms of Ignatian prayer is about. Find a place, sometimes just find a little corner of your life that's a time of silence, and you take that and you kind of look back at your life and just like movements in your heart and just pay attention in your mind, and you put a thing together and you begin to find a clue. What does Mary Oliver say? I don't know what prayer is. See, it's not that intellectual. I know what it's like to kneel down on the grass. I know what it's like to be trotting the fields the whole day. You definitely know what it's like to be in university campus. And just all the clues are coming. One time I heard this undergraduate, that one of the Jesuits who gave the homily, which is I still remember to this day, which is very clever. He said, God is like a shy and very romantic lover. And what does the shy romantic lover do? It's usually in Valentine. I'm sure you date here, right? No, you don't have time for that either. You don't have time for a relationship. Or somebody likes you, what do you do? So this priest, this Jesuit said, what? On the way, God put flowers on our path. Right? On path. So by connecting those flowers together, we see the path that lead us to our beloved. So pay attention to these is looking for flowers. You see these guys just keep coming to kind of more. In English, there's a very kind of beautiful, but at the same time now become a little bit kind of like more careful kind of language, right? Somebody hit on you. That means what? They put a little flower on you for your noticing. Right? So God is like a romantic and shy lover, same thing, right? Put flowers on our path. Our job is listen to those colors and those sounds to kind of pick, connect that path. But what is the problem, some of us? Some guys just come to give you a lot, okay, like, or some girl give me a lot of stuff and stuff like this, and what's usually our tendency? Give me some more, right? Just give me some more, give me some more. We focus more on the flowers rather than on the path that lead us to the lover. So we just focus on the gifts, give gifts, rather than on the giver of the gifts. And that keeps exhausting. I don't think you pray, I mean, I think my parent generation is sometimes we pray as if God is the Santa Claus. Give me more, right? Our conversation is simply being petition. But when is a real time that we say, hey, God, how are you doing? Or God simply asks us how you are doing. So it's just very simple like this, right? You know, what time is this? The only thing is about, and then open up for maybe conversation like this. Just very simple like that, okay? Okay, how do you greet? I was very curious, right? How would you greet each other, the first sentence when we greet each other in different culture? How do we greet each other in English? The first thing you say hi, and the next thing you ask is what?
How are you?
How are you? So what is the focus?
You.
You. On the person, you, right? But sometimes, I don't know, you have a parents who are very devout, something like that, like my mom, which is the grandmother for some of her grandchildren about your age right now. They come home from college. You know how did she greet her? Greet my niece and nephew? I don't know what happened to you or not. You, did you go to church? Isn't that true? Nothing about how are you. Do you go to church today? What happened? What happened? Really, what happened? In her mind, she sees church is more important than you. The niece and my nephew, slowly what happened? They don't go to church. And they don't go to see her also, neither. See that? Because it's like, I'm in me right here, Grandma. How come you didn't ask about me? So I don't think God come to us asking, did you go to church? Imagine just sometimes you sit silent and God just simply asks you, how are you today? At the end of the day, God simply say, how is your school? How are you today? All right, in Asian, I'm going to say you're Asian, right? What nationality?
I'm Chinese.
Chinese, okay. I'm Vietnamese and Chinese. How do we ask each other at the first time? We don't ask how are you. What do we ask each other? Exactly. Have you have rice today? In Vietnamese, it's ăn cơm chưa, right? In Chinese, we what? Okay, just like have you eaten rice? Because rice for us, either morning, noon, or dinner, we eat rice. So having a meal equate with rice. Have you eaten? Have you have rice? What does that focus on?
Still you.
Huh?
Still you. Still you.
Still you, but what is that focus on? How are you being your well-being?
Okay.
For Asian like us, have you eating or have you have rice? What does that mean? Are you fulfilled? Are you fulfilled? All the thing today, right? Are you eating your full? Are you satisfied? Think about the end of the day. You come home and God asks you the same thing. All the knowledge and all that you receive today, are you content? And if you're not, what are you not so content about? And that's not judgment. Think about a grandma. Think about a mom and a dad, a very loving mom and dad, and no judgment at all. So like, how's your heart feel? And how are you today? All right. Next is, what is the first question God asks human beings in the book of Genesis?
Is it where are you?
very good. Where are you? See that? It's not about like when, oh my God, where you're going to get you, right? It's not. But like, where are you? I am come and look for you. I am missing you. Just like a good boyfriend and girlfriend, right? You call text, hey, where are you? I am missing you. I want to come see you. So think about where are you? And it's not just only geography. Where are you in your health? Where are you in your career? Where are you in this journey called life? Where are you in your own dreams? Because I want to support you. It's not a test. But like all of us, right, we have time to kind of more examine ourselves. So we have in Ignatians, in a way, at the end of the day, we have what is called examination of conscience. And that's just that practice. You sit with God, and God said, where are you? How are you? Have you had rest? The symphony is playing on the colors. I am very, very curious, in the culture, I don't know, with your background and things like that. I'm very curious in other culture than the African, other, culture, how do we greet each other? Because the way we greet each other is very much how God greets us. Okay? And after ask how you are, what do you usually ask? Last point of life. When I just meet you, so how are you? And the next thing, naturally, I would do what? What we do at the very beginning. We introduce ourselves by, when I first meet you, what should I do? So hi, and what is your name, right? How do we ask each other name in Spanish? Raul, I know you speak Spanish because I speak with you. Like, so how do you speak? How do you ask people for a name?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Okay, what does that mean? Literally, what does that mean?
What's your name?
It's
How are
not-
you?
How are you called? What do you call
How do you call yourself? How would you like to call yourself? Isn't that beautiful? Build into the language. Right? How would you present yourself? How would you like to call yourself? It built into those language. And God sense is very respectful. Where are you? At the end of the day, you gotta say like what? How would you like to call yourself? Okay. So prayer is the end is, right? It's a very, in a way, simple, but in a way, take us to pay attention, take us outside of our box. Prayer is enjoyable. Sometimes beat our head against the wall, right? Some people play this game and say, oh my God, right? But because sometimes we tend to walk in this thing, we look into the clues more directly. And I don't know, God has a good sense of humor, but at the same time, God speaks to us at where we are. And simply ask questions very, very gentle and very, very kind. Just think about this, right? At the end of the day, when you do the examination of conscience, try it tonight. On the way home, driving, or just that little time you have. Because this is our work. Our day is very busy. Have you had rice? Just think about your mom pick up the phone. Your mom asks you, have you eaten today? Where are you? And how are you? Imagine the end of the day, when you walk home, God say the same thing. And God is kind of like, I have a song for you. And just pay attention and enjoy the song in all its colors and all its sounds. Okay? Any questions or any feedbacks or any comments that you have? We have about, I would say, about 15 minutes. And we'll do 10 minutes and then we'll 5 minutes for the examination contents and we out here. How was it? Is it okay?